the mystical way is coming to an end. And I think it's important to really understand not where it's going to take us, because its time is nearly done. 2027 will bring an end to the mystical circuit. It will no longer function in the sense of the way in which it has been a mystical circuit as long as there has been a potential in humanity. And the fact that this is something that's coming to an end, in many ways, is a deep expression of our time. There is, in a sense, a deep creative process in humanity that is coming to an end. And it is a creative process, and it is a creative process that has been rooted in humanity's fertility. That is, as an expression of our evolutionary chain, the vitality and fertility and creativity that has moved Homo sapien from, the savannas of Africa to the moon. And that has been quite something. And that creative fertility is dying. And it's dying because our strain of the species in this evolutionary progression is coming to an end. It's what 2027 is all about. It's what the rave is all about. It is about the emergence of a new variation on the species. And of course we have had these events many times before. We have historical evidence of the cohabitation of so-called Neanderthals and modern humans who were given the name Cro-Magnon. They lived side by side. The Neanderthal had its time, probably as much as 1.5 million years of being the dominant variant on the planet. And during its time, as its time came to an end, Cro-Magnon appeared. And they lived side by side. Here in Spain, on the mainland, in Catalonia and Basque Country, particularly in Basque Country, there is Neolithic evidence, archaeological evidence of Cro-Magnon, Neanderthal being in the same places at basically the same time. There are many who have theorized that Cro-Magnon ultimately exterminated Neanderthal here in Spain. Whether or not that is true is uncertain. Nobody really knows in that sense whether the new turned against the old because of competition and its obvious advantages in terms of the development of what we have as a neocortex and its potential for self-reflected consciousness and strategy making. We don't really know, but what we do know historically is that this is not new. This is in the formula. And what I'm going to bring you through in this semester is the beauty and the potential of our creative fertility, and to be able to see what it brought us, and also to understand that in its coming to an end, the very way in which we understand the nature of being is going to be deeply transformed in the next cycle. I mean, deeply transformed. You can get a sense of it by looking at the explosion that exists in the New Age. There are zillions of therapies, remedies, secret knowledge, hidden knowledge, old knowledge, new knowledge, you name it. There's all of this stuff pointing humanity in myriad, endless variations of mystical, spiritual, religious, whatever you want to call these things. They're all there, shining out at the end, as if there is a promise that there is somewhere to go. And there isn't. There isn't. The knowledge, as it was given to me, there are still circuitries that I have not taught, that I was given. Memory circuit, for example, which I guess one day I should teach, but I've never taught it. The mystical ways is just a circuit. It's a specific circuit, like the basic circuits that you're taught when you enter into human design. The logic circuit and the sensing circuit and the individual and so forth and so on. It's just another one of those circuits. And the key in the circuitry, it is the key always in circuitry, is where's the pressure? Now, what you get to understand is that circuits are all about pressure. They're all about pressure. And without the pressure, well, the circuit has no reason to be. There is nothing to drive it or to move it. It's all about pressure. And when we look at I'm just checking something. When we look at the stream itself, the first thing that you have to look at and have to understand is that the pressure of the mystical stream, the pressure of the mystical way, is rooted in the 19th gate approach. I just want to point out a couple of things about what we're approaching in 2027 relative to the 19th gate. And the first thing is that really the dilemma is not so much that the 19th gate wants to cut off its relationship to the emotional system, is that the emotional system, the real revolution of the 49, is that the emotional system will cut itself off from the 19. Now, think about the 19 for a moment. And this channel, the 1949, the channel of synthesis, this is the stream of need. Need. It's not about passion or desire. It is about need. What you need. It's about need. There's something so deep to understand, is that when the 19th gate is cut off from the 49, we're not just talking about, as we will in this case, the impact on a circuit losing its pressure source. It's not just that. The ramifications are enormous, because all of them are part and parcel of humanity dying, of humanity losing its fertility, losing its needs, the very needs that give humanity much more than just simply the mystical way. But give humanity the capacity to bond together in mutual support systems, all kinds of things. The 49th gate, it's the revolution gate. And the 49th gate is it's sort of the black ghost to the white 55. It's almost like the Sirius story, where you have a dark companion that shows up. The 49 is the hidden dark companion of the 55. Really is. See, they're both the same codon. They both have deeply, deeply, deeply similar chemistries. Whatever is happening to the 55th gate in its process of bringing the mutation to the solar plex system, that at a chemical level, this is taking place within the context of histidine, and the 49th gate is being deeply impacted by it, literally pulling it off. And the thing to recognize about the 49th gate is that when the mutation hits the 49th gate, it cuts the link. It cuts the link. What's actually happening in this mutation?